Good morning. I am calling to order our regularly scheduled meeting of the Committee of the Whole. My name is Elizabeth Glidden. I'm the chair of this committee, and I'm joined today by council members Cano, Wright, Yang, Quincy, Goodman, Fry, and Palmisano, and we are a quorum of the committee. Today, our only order of business is reports of committees, and so we will start with our Community Development and Regulatory Services Committee Chair, Councilmember Goodman.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. We'll be bringing forward 11 items for approval. I'll just note that since many of the members of our committee are here, it was quite an emotional meeting because of the incredible success we had with our 9% tax credits and being able to fully fund 2 projects that have been in the pipeline for a while, as well as just the volume of quality projects coming through from the Affordable Housing Trust Fund. So item number 1 is a land sale, and item 2 is application for the Hewing Hotel, which is about to open. Item 3 are the levies for special assessments for a variety of issues like nuisance conditions. And so that's item 3, 1 through 16. We'll be taking the staff recommendation. There was a question about someone who got up and testified in committee, and we later found out that the person who testified in committee went through the administrative hearing process in advance. We weren't sure if this gentleman had done that at the time because there are like thousands of assessments. So you have to just take their word for it. And when we followed up, we found out that they did show up actually at the administrative hearing process. So we weren't able to do anything different than what the staff recommended. Item 4 is a rental license dwelling revocation. Item 5 are the liquor business and gambling license applications. Item 6 is operating conditions for business in downtown. Item 7 is supporting the Ovation Group's application through deed. Item 8 are the 9% tax credits, low-income housing tax credit projects going to YouthLink, Great River Landing, and Aon Prospect Park. Item 9 is a deed award. Item 10 is a low bid. And item number 11 are the Affordable Housing Trust Fund project recommendations. So it was a packed agenda. And with that, I'm happy to answer any questions about items 1 through 11.
Thank you. I do not see any questions. Next, and I think just in time, we have our Vice Chair of Health, Environment, and Community Engagement. So next is the report of that committee with Councilmember Johnson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have 7 items on the agenda. First is Community Action Partnership of Suburban Hennepin, some appointments. We've got a grant for the Public Health Nurse Home Visit, a contract amendment for Stair Step Foundation, a donation acceptance for the Skyway Senior Center, a letter of intent to transfer operations for that Skyway Senior Center to Ecumen, a community engagement plan for Neighborhoods 2020, and a grant from the Department of Justice for the Group Violence Intervention Program. And I'll stand for questions.
I'm not seeing any questions. Next, we have intergovernmental relations. We have one action item, although I just want to say a couple comments about it. We're in the middle of our process to develop our 2017 legislative agenda. The item we're taking action on is really just a cleanup of the 2016 legislative policy positions to take out old items and clean up language. So that's what we're acting on today, but you will see a newer, more full version with some new items coming forward at our next meeting. Next, we have Public Safety, Civil Rights, and Emergency Management with Councilmember Yang.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. Today, we have 4 items for review. The first item is grant award from the Minnesota Department of Public Safety for DWI enforcement officers. The second item is a contract amendment with the BCA for DNA analysis. And the third and fourth items are travel expense donations. And I can answer any questions.
Thank you, Councilmember Yang. Next, we have Transportation and Public Works with its chair, Councilmember Reich.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The committee will be forwarding 8 items. The first item is the sanitary sewer service availability charges, also known as SAC charges. So that's a resolution adopting the assessments for those price adjustments. Sidewalk repair and construction easements assessments for item 2. Item 3 is the snow ice removal from public sidewalk assessments, and I'll be moving forward with an adjustment to that, amending that action for one property based on the testimony and follow-up work with staff. Item 4 is the Orange Line construction plans, inclusion of the 12th Street Transit ramp and reemphasizing the importance of that key piece to the overall project area. The following items refer to the Ways and Means Committee. Item 5, 6, and 7 are repairs and maintenance for roads and parking ramps as listed. And then the final item is a bid for supervisory control data acquisition, or a SCADA system, that will serve the analysis for our surface water and sewer division, and authorizing a contract for that project to move forward. I will stand for questions, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Councilmember Wright. I'm not seeing questions. So next we have Ways and Means Committee with its chair, Councilmember Quincy.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. We have 16 items on our agenda for consideration for Friday. We have 5 legal settlements. We also have a grant acceptance from LISC for policing conference attendance, a gift acceptance from Clear Channel Outdoor for the display time. We are accepting the low bid from Messenger Construction for a convention center mezzanine office remodeling project. We also have a bid from Electronic Design Company for convention center audio upgrade project. We have a contract with Talix. It's a liability cap language approval. We also have the acquisition of real estate for the East Side Maintenance Facility project, as well as a contract for design services for the Hiawatha Maintenance Facility campus. Contract amendments to increase and extend 8 human capital consulting professional services contracts. And then we have contract amendment language with TOEX Exchange for towing software and operations system, City of Minneapolis investment policy and strategy revisions. And number 16, and the final item, is a joint powers agreement between the City of Minneapolis and the State of Minnesota Department of Public Safety and Bureau of Criminal Apprehension. Happy to answer any questions on those 16 items.
All right, thank you. Finally, we have Zoning and Planning with its chair, Councilmember Bender.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have 3 items to cycle from Zoning and Planning. Item number 1 was approving an appeal for a certificate of appropriateness decision by the Heritage Preservation Commission at 419 Washington Avenue North. Item number 2 is passage of an ordinance amending our code related to Heritage Preservation Commission membership, aligning it more with our other boards and commissions, including eliminating term limits. And item number 3 is passage of an ordinance amending our code related to floodplain regulations. And I'll just note that these are national rules, an update to the rules that we don't have control over locally, but our staff is working closely with property owners who've expressed concern about this, many of whom came to speak at the Planning Commission meeting.
All right, so with that, we have concluded with our agenda for today. Thank you all very much, and we are adjourned. Thank you.